easing the burden for the rest of the members in the community as we try to fight COVID-19?
Definitely, yes. As I mentioned that the community is spread all over the country, and every nook and corner, every member is trying to fulfill the responsibility and duties what we have to fight against. And that is how we try to not only collaborate with the government structure and machinery to help the people, those are needy, whether in the form of distributing food material, even supporting with water tanks, sanitizers, and all those things. Even very Saturday, this last Saturday, we launched a program where 100,000 masks were going to be distributed all over the country through the structure. And we appreciate the committee we've been formed by the president. We are always been collaborating with all the governmental structure so that we don't leave even a single one who really need, and wherever our reach could be to extend the support to our people.
All right. Now, when it comes to these projects that you have embarked on, issuing the masks, you said 100,000 are set to go out, and of course, so many other projects that are all in line with just helping bring down this curve. What are some of the challenges that, as a council, you have been encountering during this time that we're fighting COVID-19?
A very good question. The reason is that this is not a general distribution, because here the sensitivity and maybe is something where everyone has to be protected and prevented. And at the same time, people are so worried and concerned that they wanted to have a right way to make a structure of distribution. So this is something which we as a council, as a community, are very careful. And we are keeping the social distancing, we are keeping all those parameters which have been guided and derived by the Ministry of Health to follow in a very disciplined way. And that's the reason we feel like that is the challenge which we wanted to encounter together with the government bodies that to distribute. But definitely, as I told, that there are various places where we have to reach in all possible ways. We distributed water tanks, we distributed very recently even food material to the homes, old age homes and children homes, and there are places where they really need attention. And some of the places, they don't have access to reach out and really drive. So as a council, as a community, we always been careful to take this distribution through the right channel so that we don't miss anyone, but at the same time, it reaches to the right perspective and people. Here, at the same time, the collection and maybe consolidation is something where we are working very hard so that we make a good impact to our people and they could get. And I'm very pleased to tell you that whole the community are very open and very much available throughout, and all my member institutions, all my temples and other bodies, those are part of Hindu Council. They are very, very supportive to really run through this particular objective, which is fight against COVID-19.
All right. And maybe at this point, you'd just like to speak when it comes to community-led interventions. You have mentioned, there are some areas that are a bit hard to get to, and therefore just ensuring that the right beneficiaries are reached might be a bit of a challenge. So how then do we best ensure that community-led initiatives and interventions are more effective as we move forward with this fight against COVID-19?
That's the way how we have chosen that to use the government structure to reach to the people, and really the places where it is tough to, we definitely always run through our programs and projects together with the government bodies. Those are actually very much on the ground, and we are also collaborating with churches and mosques to distribute our contribution. And really this is how the way where we can really make the impact and really reach to the right people who are actually worried and looking for. This pandemic is really a kind of situation, creating a situation where we all understand that it's looking like when the end will come. But we all pray also together that we swiftly come out with this situation. And as I mentioned, that I admire Kenyan government to took the right initiatives and at the right time to fight against COVID. And we as a community are totally aligned and hand in hand to take the mission all together.
All right. And also when it comes to involving the community in just making sure that we are sending out the right information when it comes to anything to do with COVID-19, maybe you could start by letting us know, what the Hindu community has been doing to ensure that the rest of the communities understand and get the right information about COVID-19 and what more we need to do while at it.
In fact, we within the community we have a structure of communication, and as I told you, we have 150 institutions. Further, each institution have a different set of people and number of people. So we have a structured way to communicate to each and every member of the community. And since beginning, since the starting point when our president come out and ask for this pandemic, we as a community start addressing to our members and sensitize the members towards the challenge of this particular calamity. And we really urge each one of them that to come forward and support. There are the ways how we reach to our members through our social media platform, through our communication network. That's how we start urging that there are various ways they can connect with. So Hindu Council took that 4 different ways of initiatives that to consolidate that initiative of support to the people outcome, and then accordingly they can participate and engage more and more to help. We also collaborate with various hospitals to support them, to support the frontline workers where they are getting food support from council and council member institutions. Every day we are serving them hot meals so that they feel motivated, and we are also trying to help them in terms of providing several PPEs so that at least whatever bit we could do, we could extend. We have certainly we have a few limitations also, but this is the time when we have to really fight against all those negatives and come out with total strength. That is the reason why I urge to each and every member of my community, all the member institutions, temples, and all the institutions that to come forward and support to fight all together. But at the same time, I always unite other community members also that please, this is the time, whatever you can do to support, please do, because that is where we can make the change. That is where we can live together and the harmony would come forward.
Yeah, and speaking about, just coming together, working together and in moving forward in harmony, looking at, some very important partnerships that, need to be worked on. And let's just start, with the county governments. What more do you think they can do to just help even those who are in the front line, giving out essential services, just be better at doing what they're doing in terms of delivery? Looking at all these relevant partnerships, what role can each one play to contribute to the entire whole?
Yeah, all my branches on the county level or the regional level, they are collaborating with the various counties and governments, local governments, and ensuring that wherever we can make a catalyst, work of as a catalyst Hindu community to motivate and to instigate. Like I'm putting an example of my Kisumu branch, where the team of Hindu Council really continue even making the cleanliness on the roads and the places where the most optimized position of getting virus and all. So they are making the activity of cleaning the roads and cleaning the places where it is needed. At the same time, when I'm talking about my Eldoret branch, they distributed tanks and support together with the government, local government, and to participate in various acts where we can get engaged and we can support in big way. I'm talking about my Nakuru branch, where there is a collaboration among other communities also, not only limiting to Hindu community, but to come forward and grip the hand of the others and strengthen and move it further. Mombasa branch is continuing working with the government, local government, and participating in various fields. Very recently, they find that at one of the hospital where there is a need of water, we came forward and we supported to this borehole. And that is how the small way or whatever possible as a community at large, we are consolidating and we are trying our best.
All right. Now, as we draw the conversation to a close, we have been witnessing cases of some Kenyans still going against the rules and regulations that have been put in place, some trying to just, find a loophole to take advantage of during this time. What would be your message to some of these people who are just going against the grain when it comes to bringing down the effects of COVID-19?
Yeah, in fact, I take it this way that the most important element to fight against COVID is you yourself. Means as an individual, we have to be disciplined. We have to really work, and because understanding is very much there. I can't say that people are ignorant and they don't have the understanding of the basics. So I can say that first and foremost is you yourself who will make a real reason and how to make a fight against COVID. And then social distancing is the break the chain, is something which is very important.
All right, we seem to have lost Mr. Kamal's audio right there, but this is just in regards to, what more we need to do to stop going against the rules that are being put in place to help prevent the further spread of COVID-19. We will be getting back with him in a bit to just get to understand, from his point of view, of course, representing the Hindu Council of Kenya right there. I believe we are back with Mr. Kamal.
Sorry, there was some interruption. But as I mentioned to you that there are few basic elements which we continue sharing with our people. And very recently, the educational material which have been distributed all over various places, like with the help of Shingishu County, our Eldoret branch played a very important role to distribute in the local dialect, local language, the material.
All right. All right. We'll be getting back to that to get his closing remarks in regards to that. But remember, we all have a role to play when it comes to helping flatten the curve here in Kenya. Remember, His Excellency did say we will escalate or de-escalate the situation as the situation continues to unwrap. And of course, this is all dependent with how we as a people carry ourselves. Remember, this virus does not move itself. We are the ones who get to move it. So that is Mr. Kamal Gupta, the chair of the Hindu Council of Kenya. But before we get to wrap that conversation, maybe Mr. Kamal, you could just, your word of advice to the public when it comes to observing some of these regulations, and also how our viewers can get in touch when, in regards to donating and helping to the cause.
Yes, as I mentioned to you that there are ways how we can prevent, and we have already talked about social distancing, discipline yourself, whether it is hygiene, cleaning, and all those aspects. I'm sure that there are very many ways to address all these aspects, and I'm very happy that with various ways we manage to educate and sensitize our people in a very good way. But moreover, it is important to follow in the discipline, and that discipline will make us prevented and protected with this particular situation, and we can definitely find a win over COVID very soon, and if we follow all these discipline. But finally, on the specific particular urge, the way which I have done in past also, and I continue asking to my communities, my people, that wherever, whosoever is in a position to strengthen and support this initiative of supporting our people, those are actually really in need. This is the time. Please come forward. Don't wait. If we are all together, if we are strengthening this initiative, we can definitely come out with this stage very, very fast, because this is not permanent and this can only be overcome when we are all together and we understand. I wish to conclude with a small Hindu prayer, if please
Yes.
allow me, that says that Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kashyetu Bhav Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I also wish to tell you the meaning of this prayer.
Yes,
May
please.
all become happy. May none fall ill. May all see auspicious everywhere. May none ever feel sorrow. Om,
Oh.
peace, peace, peace. So we all pray for our great nation, for our president, for everyone, for all Kenyans, that we will come out with this situation, and we have to be together, we have to fight together, and we have to win together to fight against COVID-19.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Kamal Gupta. He is the chair of the Hindu Council of Kenya, one of the communities that was acknowledged by His Excellency this past weekend when he was giving us address when it comes to COVID-19 mitigation.